Ralf Rangnick hits back after Gary Neville brands Manchester United players whinge bags. Ralf Rangnick brushed off Gary Neville's claim that Manchester United's players were a bunch of whinge bags following the side's 1-1 draw with lowly Newcastle, instead arguing that a lack of physicality was their major problem on the night. Edinson Cavani came off the bench to find an equaliser with 19 minutes remaining at St James Park after Alan Saint-Maximin had earlier given the Magpies the lead. United were found wanting in numerous areas against a Newcastle team with just one solitary win under their belt this season, and the result leaves the club down in 7th place in the Premier League table, 7 points adrift of the top 4. The Red Devils have games in hand on their rivals above them, but trail 4th-placed Arsenal by 7 points and will be desperate to return to winning ways at home to Burnley on Thursday evening. Speaking at the halftime break, Sky Sports pundit Neville tore into United's lackluster performance in the opening 45 minutes and told Rangnick's players quit complaining. "They've not done one single thing right as a team, and not one player can go in at halftime and say they've done their job or even done themselves justice," the former United and England right-back said. "They've not had a game in 16 days, but I'm not really looking at that to be honest, because there's still a lot of basics they can do properly, which is win your battles, go in for tackles properly, show a bit of urgency, and look like it matters. They're whinging at each other, they're a bunch of whinge bags. Their arms are up in the air, they're complaining about everything. They got the last manager the sack. Ralf Rangnick is not going to get the sack, but they'll get a lot of managers the sack if they perform like that." To view this video, please enable JavaScript and consider upgrading to a web browser that supports HTML5 video. Neville went on to slam Cristiano Ronaldo after the veteran forward stormed straight down the tunnel rather than applauding United's traveling supporters at the full-time whistle. However, Rangnick insisted the attitude and body language of his players was not their major issue when asked about Neville's whinge bag comments at his post-match press conference. "I don't think today was a problem of body language," United's interim manager told reporters. "It was more a question of physicality, of meeting the demands of speed, tempo, physicality, and the side effect is the body language afterwards. I don't think that was the major problem today for us. The major problem was the way we played in those moments when it was about physicality." Harry Maguire said United's disrupted preparation had not helped them in the northeast, with the club forced to shut their Carrington training base following a COVID-19 outbreak. But Rangnick was keen not to find excuses and instead called on his players to look for improvements in their game. Harry mentioned that there might still be some side effects of COVID, but I don't think we should look for excuses, the German added. "We just have to analyze and realize that in this area Newcastle was better than us in many parts of the game. We have to raise that level, get better. In 3 days we are playing Burnley, and this will also be a physical game, so we just have to get more physical and, on the other hand, in possession of the ball, don't give as many giveaways as today." 3 players Arsenal could sign in the January transfer window. Jurgen Klopp agrees with Thomas Tuchel over rule change and aims dig at Burnley. Alan Shearer claims Arsenal players agree with Mikel Arteta's decision over Aubameyang. Rangnick was pleased with United's reaction in the second half and felt it was a case of 1 point gained rather than 2 points lost for his team. "I think in the second half we showed a reaction. The way that we prepared the goal, the way that Edie converted that chance was good," he went on. "We had another 2 where Edie could have scored, especially the one when Alex Telles played the ball behind the backline of their defense. That could have been even the winning goal. But on the other hand, we must admit that today we won a point, we didn't lose 2. We won a point after being 1-0 down." More, 5 players who could leave Manchester United in the January transfer